The Poet Tips website is designed to help you find your next favorite poet. And the way that we do that is through something called crowdsourcing, which is really just the idea that we can pool together recommendations from lots of people about poets that might be similar to each other. So to get started, you can just fill out the question, who do you like? So the poets you're reading that you like, you start typing, and as you can see, it comes up with a menu of options. Here I'm going to pick Robert Frost as my favorite poet, and it will give me a long list of, if you like Robert Frost, you might also like these other poets. And as you can see, these are votes that people have cast. Not that they did like or dislike this poet, but that they agree with the recommendation that if you like Robert Frost, you might also like Elizabeth Bishop. You might also like David Bates, James Hurst. So I'm going to click on that one and vote that I agree with that recommendation. You can also click the info button next to a recommended poet. That will bring you to a website likely to give you some poems to read. So in this case, the Poetry Foundation website, I can go read Barnes in November by James Hurst, a poem that I probably will like if I like the poet Robert Frost. And closing that window, back to the recommendations for Robert Frost, you can also dislike votes. So you can downvote them, and if the vote total reaches 0, it will disappear. You can also add poets to the list. So here I'm just going to type in Carol Frost. So if you like Robert Frost, you might like Carol Frost. By clicking on the name, it adds it to the list, and there's my one vote. In Lone Splendor, that you might like Carol Frost. So back up at the top of the Robert Frost page, you can also view a family tree of sorts of poetic recommendations people have made. So these are the poets similar to Robert Frost and the poets similar to those poets. So 2 levels out. You can also use this tree to browse. So if you click, I'll click on Emily Dickinson, and it will bring me to Emily's tree, and I can view people similar to Emily and people similar to that. So in the tree mode, we can close that and go back to the main list view. I can also click to get more information, read poems by Robert Frost, search for books on WorldCat by Robert Frost, and if I like a particular recommendation a lot, I can tweet it. So I can tweet that I like that if you like Robert Frost, you might like Elizabeth Bishop. Clicking the X to clear that will take me back to the main search window. And here I can search for another poet, anybody I like. So in this case, Robert Redford is not a poet, which is why he's not coming up in the menu. I could, in fact, add him if I wanted to, just by clicking the add box. That will bring me to basically a new empty list, and I can start to say, if you like Robert Redford, you might like other poets. I won't really do that because, of course, we want to keep the quality of recommendations high and real. We want real poets in there and real people recommending that if you like so-and-so, you might like this other poet. That's the idea. Hope to see you on the Poet Tips website.